Welcome to the talk show. My name is Jason Takhtadjian, and today we have a very special guest. He's coming off of yet another win in Tuff-N-Uff, his fourth win in a row in MMA career. Leon Shahbazyan. Leon, how are you doing today, man?
I'm doing great. How are you guys?
I'm doing great, man. Yeah, you
Yeah.
look very happy, and you have every reason to be happy because you got your fourth win in a row just a couple days ago at the time of recording at Tuff-N-Uff 152 against Robert Hale. I want you to just kind of talk to me about what the past 48 hours have been after that win, what it's been like being, with your family, your friends, with your coaches,
Yeah.
and just enjoying this moment after.
The moment after, it's been so like it's the best feeling when you win. I can't explain it. It's like just you're so proud. Like you put in so many, like I put my whole life into like my training camp, and I want to perform for myself, but also like my coaches invest a lot of time in me, and seeing how proud they are and everyone around you, that like the people that support you, especially like before you're in the UFC. It's the real people that really support you and that are there for you. Because when you're in the UFC, everyone wants to follow the person that everything's going good. Like the people that are there, they came to my first Tough-N-Uff last year, and yeah, it's just seeing them, and a lot of people like just telling me how much I like motivate them, inspire them, because they saw like my career, how it was going, and like how I've just shaped it and how it's going. Like a lot of people, like a lot of fighters came up to me actually yesterday, and they're like, "Man, like I'm inspired by like your career, by your journey, and like how it's going." And it's been great. I take a lot of time to just kind of some alone time too, and just kind of regroup. Like that shower after a fight, it's like really like you close your eyes and you're like, what did I just do today? This is crazy because there's a lot of emotions. So you do have an adrenaline dump. But it's nice spending time with family, and yeah, just everyone's so proud of me. I love it.
Yeah,
I can't do it
especially
without them.
especially your brother Edmund being there. He has a fight
Yeah.
coming up too. Just what that sort of tell me about that relationship that you have with Edmund. Kind of like from
Mhm.
from the early ages. When you two were just growing up to
Yeah.
now, just kind of how that relationship has evolved and just how important your brother is too.
Yeah, like my brother's, I say he's like my best friend. Like we were sleeping in the same room together since we were a kid, and we started the sport first day together. There was a time we quit karate because we both failed our test together. So then we went back to it together. We did every jiu-jitsu tournament together. We walked to train. We took the bus together. We've done everything together. And it's just like another one of me is like seeing him, like the people you want in your corner as a fighter. Like, and I've learned this through experience. Is like you want people that are there for you, like the comfort, the coaches, like right before you go to battle. I look at my brother. I look at my coach Gokor, my coach Phil. I'm like they're there for me. Like we're gonna do this. Like these are the people, like they're in the battle with me. And when I see my brother, like likewise too, like when he's fighting and I'm there, like it helps him. So it's just it's a blessing. I can't explain. It's like you have that friend. You guys we eat the same food. We do this. It's like it's so easy. We have the same life pretty much. Yeah.
That is so awesome. I'm sure that your parents had a big influence, right? As far as just making sure that you guys grew up with those values and also you guys were bonding together as siblings.
100%. Like we've been very fortunate and blessed to have a great uh, my mom, dad, like always supporting us. Like they've always been there for us. Paying for our karate, like for our tournaments, for our like, and always supporting us, always watching it. They watch all the fights. They know all the UFC fighters. They look forward to watching the fights. They're so supportive, and I can't thank God enough for how much like our my parents are involved in this, and they're so proud of us. Like my mom gets like a panic attack, uh, she doesn't watch the fights, but she's so happy after. She's like so happy, so proud, and my
That
dad
is
too. Like
that's so
making them
interesting.
have like that phone call from them. It's the best. And I've got a phone call when things haven't gone my way, and like they're so supportive, and like the love, the like unconditional love. Like it's the best thing having parents like that.
Absolutely, man. I wanted to mention you did mention Gokor, and I'm assuming you're mentioning Gokor Ambarian from Freestyle MMA Las Vegas,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
Tell me a
Hmm.
little bit about that relationship between you and Gokor because Him and I actually go back to maybe a decade or 15 years ago, back in Vegas, being in a Armenian Christian youth organization together.
Yeah.
So I know him from way back. But just tell me about, kind of that how that relationship with Gokor started and just where it's at now, and just seeing, the relationship bud.
So I knew Gokor when I did Coach Gokor's Hayasan MMA tournament 15 years ago. He was there doing it too.
Oh,
So
wow.
I met him there, and then I remember in Glendale, I would see him around. So I saw him around, and then it was like 2 years ago. I saw he's working with Tuff-N-Uff, and that's when I like had that little break in my career when I had to look myself and like really like tell my like get my life in order and dedicate my whole life to fighting. And I was like, I'm gonna reach out to him and start going to train there and reach out to him. And he's been the a blessing. Like I can't say enough good things about him. I mean, it shows in the performances of his fighters. I mean, yesterday too, you saw.
Yeah, Ion
Um,
Cutelaba, right?
yeah, yeah, submission and fighting, making him fight is so technical. Like he just knows how to connect. Like he has that connection with the fighter. It's very rare. He knows how to coach, but he also knows how to like talk to you, and that's such a key thing in a fighter. And yeah, I met him 2 years ago, and we did that one fight, and I kept going back and forth LA and Vegas, and it was for this fight camp that I'm like, I'm gonna do full time with Gokor, and I like that. That's how we're gonna go from
That is
now
so
on. Yeah,
cool.
yeah, it's
I
been
mean,
amazing.
Gokor, you said it,
I
like
can't
the
say
relation.
enough good things. Like
Dude, he's such a nice guy. He is
and he
like just outside of the
works
coaching,
all
like just as
day.
a person. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
yeah. He's always working, and he puts his fighters first, his family, every like he's always just doing things for everyone, and he's so amazing.
He is. He really is. And I want to ask you, just to kind of switch gears a little bit, back to the fight that you had against Robert Hale. Something
Mhm.
kind of stood out to me in a really good way. Your walkout, the walkout music that you came out to. Can you tell me a little bit about
Mhm.
that? And also, we can kind of parlay that to just your faith, your strength and faith, and just kind of
Yeah,
how close ties you have with God.
yeah. So when I had that loss and I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna do this and everything. There was my boxing coach, name's Coach Phil. His gym's in Woodland Hills. He would still reach out to me and say, come train. And he said, let's go to church together. Like, and I went, and he's so strong in his faith, and he really like got my mind right. And I had to get my fate right to get my mind right to do this. And my mindset switched. That's been the biggest difference in my career. I've had the skills, it's just my mindset switching. And he has a big thing in it. And my fate, like when I'm not training, I'm home watching great fighters, great training camps of old boxers. And it's the home church gym. That's it. Like I keep myself so grounded. And I think as a fighter, like you look at the best fighters, they always have some fate. And like it's always just praying, training, fighting. Like it keeps you so focused and away from like all the other stuff, like the distractions, which because it's so easy, there's so much of that. So yeah, the walkout song, it's Elevation Worship, like that band and their music. It's so like when I walk out to that, like I really like I feel so calm and like I don't want to I used to like want to fight angry and like want to hurt him, and I'm like that's automatically gonna come to me like once the fight starts. It's just me just staying calm in the moment and enjoying it. It reminds me to enjoy it and be thankful for the
Wow.
moment. So yeah, that the music, they for sure.
That's awesome. So you credit your boxing coach then for him like kind of introducing you to have an even stronger tie to your faith.
For sure, for sure. Because I was always going to church, not going to church here and there, and kind of going it for my selfish like I'm going here so this could get better in my life. If this doesn't, I'm like, oh, this is not. But like you have to understand, like sometimes like when your prayers don't get answered, God is like testing your faith, your timing. You have to trust His timing, and when it's happening in His time, and like it's happening right now, I feel like all these opportunities are opening up all these doors, and I just I go into it. I just have to train hard and do everything I train, and then always just glorify God.
That's really important. And I'll be candid right now. I think that I am kind of struggling with that myself. Just, going to God, going to pray for, the wrong reasons, like going to go fix something for myself. So that's really commendable that you're willing to talk about this and say this because, you know, it gives me a different perspective too, just about, my faith, because I do care about it and I want to improve it. And I think,
Definitely, yeah.
especially in this industry and in this world and in this space of sports, when we see people like you doing what you do and having that faith, and whether it's just the walkout music or just how you carry yourself every day, um, I think it's important because ultimately, it grounds you. And, just from like the fighting perspective, you're on a 4-fight win streak, and all those fights ended by submission early, right?
Definitely, yeah. Like, it makes you a better, it makes me a better person, better son, a better brother, better just everything. When I just try to live my life every day like that. Like, I'm no perfect. I remember when I was going to church just so I could win my fight. I was like, I'm gonna win. And then there was a time it didn't, and I was so mad. I remember just throwing my Bible, and I'm like, what is this? Like this, like it's for the wrong reasons. It's like for the wrong reasons. And I remember I had to really reach rock bottom, and that's when I met the coach Phil. And that same prayer, I remember just being on my knees. I was I'm like, what am I doing with my life? Like, I know I could do this, but like, I'm making so many mistakes. Like, and I just was on my knees, just crying and praying. And I've had that same prayer every time before I enter that cage. I say that same prayer to just remember, like, you know, God's with me, and like, it's with me. And like, I fight to the best of my abilities. I don't pray to win. I don't do that to win a fight. That's out of my control. But it's just from it's the best thing. I don't know how else to
I
say
love
it.
it. I love it. I love
Yeah,
it because
definitely.
it's so genuine. It's coming from you. It's so
Yeah.
genuine. And, I think a turning point too was, your first fight at Tough Enough and, getting
Hmm.
introduced to the people at Tough Enough. I mean, I wanted to talk to you about that just as, a regional promotion coming up in Las Vegas. Tell me about Tough Enough. Maybe there might be some people who are watching this, they don't know too much about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they might think it's a regional MMA promotion, but tell me about this promotion and just
Hmm.
the expectations and what they're hoping to achieve.
So Tuff-N-Uff's been around for a while. Like, a lot of the UFC fighters you see fighting now, they go through Tough-N-Uff. Like Ronda Rousey, like big stars. Like a lot of fighters, especially if they're based from Las Vegas, they're
Yeah.
coming from Tough-N-Uff. It's from streamed on UFC Fight Pass, which is not easy for a promotion to get because it. And the best thing about Tough-N-Uff is it's like a Dana White Contender Series. The matchmakers are right there watching you. They're scouting. So you what's you go fight in here, there. What better promotion that you want to fight in the UFC? The matchmakers are right there. It's like another Dana White looking for a fight or Contender Series. They're right there looking at you. So it has all the pressure cooker. It's in Vegas. It's in an arena where the UFC is, like the Palms. It has a full crowd. It has the matchmakers. So you got to be ready to perform. Like, people fight outside of Tough Enough, like in California, these regional shows, and they just have like there are people there. Like, it's a different pressure cooker when you fight in Tough Enough. It's the best one to build you for the UFC. Um, they treat their fighters amazing. Weigh-in day, they have food. Everything's on time. Everything's professional. They provide hotels for the fighters. Everything, like, it's if you're not in the UFC, I say this is where you want to fight to make it to the UFC because it has all. It's like basically like the G League of the UFC, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, like the NBA's G League. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's like the UFC's G League. I like
Yeah.
that. I like that
Yeah.
comparison because I've been to one event in person. I believe it was last year on my birthday, February 15, and that's when you won as well. And I
Hmm. Hmm.
remember, yeah, I remember just seeing the crowd and seeing so many recognizable faces. And that to me
Hmm.
was a bit of a shock because like it's a pretty decent venue in the Palms. It's also very it seems intimate. So it's like you're around
For
everybody and
sure.
like there's some events like you tell me like you've competed in four, but like sometimes you're too focused on the fight or you're focused on the fight, you don't notice who's around you, but then all of a sudden you see Dana White, all of a sudden you see a UFC fighter, all of a sudden you see Hunter Campbell, all these people that just come up to the fights, and yeah, like you said, it adds like more credibility.
100%. Yeah. Like, this last one, like, I usually don't hear the crowd. And this last one, I had a big, like, a lot of people came to support. And when they said my name, I'm like, oh, let's go. Like, I've never felt it. Like, it felt good, like the support from everybody. And I remember like looking to my, I do like a fist to my coaches. And I see Sean Shelby like running to sit down. I'm like, here we go.
Here we
Like,
go.
yeah, that's what I saw somebody. Usually I don't see like my friends or people that come to watch me. Like, I just hear this fight. I just heard Gokur's voice, and he was saying it in Armenian.
Hmm.
The funniest part was when I heard him in the beginning. The plan was to stay calm. I start going crazy, 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 like on him. And he's like, "Hangastasi shot this guy." I remember that, and I wanted to laugh in the fight, but I was like, "Okay, I'll be calm." But yeah, I heard his voice very well, and yeah, you that's a good thing.
I
And
can
I heard my
imagine. I can
opponent's
just
quotes
imagine
too.
it. I can just imagine it because his voice is so prominent as
Yeah,
well.
yeah. You said it, like, I heard it clear,
That
and
is
everything.
so.
Like I hear his voice, and it's just boom. He said it. I'm doing it. He said I'm doing it. I'm looking for it. You know.
Wow. Now I want
Mhm.
to take a quick deviation and I'll come back to this fight. I just like something came to me and I wanted to ask you, just
Yeah.
as a fellow Armenian, specifically in the MMA scene, I can't not ask you about Arman Tsarukyan. And I want to ask you just about the current situation that he's in right now. He's doing so many things on social media, but it doesn't seem like he's getting that title fight just yet.
Yeah.
I want to ask you just your take on this whole Arman Tsarukyan situation. Do you think he's going to get a title fight end of this year, or what do you think the situation's like?
Oh, no matter what situation, he's in a good situation because he's so young, and that division, like they can't. Okay, let's say he waits one more year. They can't deny him that much longer, and the division, like, no one's the only people that are like could like no one else beneath them, like even Oliveira, can't give him a fight. Like it's only, I mean, Islam's not even there anymore. It's the only one fight people want to see. It's him and Ilya, and Ilya versus Justin is not even a. I mean, look at the odds, and like it's not a fight no one wants to see. But like, there's no denying him after that. So no matter how much they make him weigh, it's like we really know like he's the person that should be fighting for, and he'll fight for us when he's young and he's only training and he's getting better. So he's making the best of his situation right now, and he's grappling and he's looking like a
Right.
beast on the ground, submitting everybody. And people aren't seeing his stand up, which is really good because they don't know how much he's improving there too. And yeah, so I'm sure he'll get the title shot, if not this year, next year. So it's a matter of just waiting right now. But I'm sure once he gets it,
For
he'll
sure.
do really
And real
good.
quick, do you think Gaethje has any chance to win on that White House card?
No, no,
No.
I like it was like I remember writing in the group chat. I'm like, I think Ilya doesn't need to train for this fight. I think it's like under 2 minutes. Like I just think stylistically it's a match made in heaven for him. Just
Yeah.
like guy's legit. Like he's not knocking everybody out in the first round, and great fighters. And
Right.
you're putting a boxer in front of him, like someone like Arman and Islam are fighters that are gonna mix it up, use their kicks, wrestle, grapple. They're not gonna just go blow for blow. Like let's see who goes down. They have higher IQ. Like they want to mix it up, and they're younger and they're in their prime, athletic prime. So those are the fights we want to see. But I mean, I'm gonna be watching. It's the White House card for sure.
Right.
Everyone's gonna be watching. That's only
Yeah.
gonna make whatever Arman's doing and whatever Ilya is doing. The fight's only gonna get bigger and bigger as we wait. Like we're gonna want to see it more. It was like Mayweather and Pacquiao. Like there was a time everybody wanted to see it. So that fight is only gonna get bigger and bigger. So yeah, they're only gonna keep winning. So
That's
yeah,
true. You know what? I love that assessment too, and that's the fight that we all want to see: Arman versus Ilya at this point.
definitely.
But I want to go back to your win at Tough Enough 152, and just kind of ask you about after the win. What was your cheat meal? How did you break your your fast, and how did you
Yeah.
just kind of celebrate that night?
Well, this fight was at 185. I literally missed dinner for one night and I made weight because I'm a welterweight. I'm 170. So,
Okay.
but I was eating very clean. But I have this like thing, like after fight, I have to get like McDonald's. Like it was like I left everything and left the whole time. It's like 1 a.m. I got McDonald's. And then I
I
woke up
saw
the
I
next.
saw your Instagram story, and I was like, "What's in the bag?"
It was like a burger, nuggets, fries, Coke. And then I woke up in the morning, I got In and Out. I just ate so cookies, and I'm like, so I ate so much that I woke up, I'm like, I hate food right now. Like I can't eat anymore. But yeah, it's definitely like I enjoy like the junk food and all that stuff. That's like I don't drink, I don't do anything like that. My thing is like I just love eating like
That's your
like
vice.
the garbage food and just chilling. And but I'm like, I get you feel so bad eating that stuff. Like you see why it's bad because like I literally don't want to move from the couch. Like I'm just laying down. I'm like I can't imagine going to train or fight eating this stuff.
I was gonna say, man, In and Out for breakfast is really, really audacious.
You know, it tastes the best when when once like if you're the first person there when they open up, it's actually tastes so good. It was my first time thing like that. It was amazing.
Yeah, I don't think I've had In and Out like before 12, so maybe one of these days I'm gonna have to try that and take
Yeah,
your
it was
word
really
for it.
good. It was really good.
Exactly, right? So, man, with all this being said and considered, I want to talk to you about, just kind of what's next for you.
Mhm.
What do you know about like, when or possibly when your next fight can be? And then also, I want you to talk about your overall goal. What do you hope to achieve maybe in the next few years?
Yeah. So I have to meet with my manager Ollie Tuesday to talk about what's happening with me and my brother with our next fight. But he said his goal is to put me in the UFC this year. And like I had a short notice opportunity actually in February that I accepted, but it fell off. It ended up going a different way that fight. So I was like, okay, I'll just take this fight because I'm on that short notice call before this fight. Even after this one, like I know I'm right there because I got a call like I might fight the London, but I'm suspended and like everything. The London one, I guess they needed a welterweight fight or something. So I'm on that call, but like I need like 2 weeks and I'll make 170. 2 weeks. So as long as I have 2 to 3 weeks, I'll make the 170 call. But I was talking to Coach Boko yesterday. I'm like, there's the April 24th Tough-N-Uff card, and I'm like, I'm healthy. I'm just gonna take a couple days off. Like maybe I'll get on that card too. I'm trying to see like what matchup we'll get and all that. So we'll see. I'll know more Tuesday about it, but like I'm right there on the UFC's doorsteps, and I'm excited. Like me and my brother will be in it together, and it's been a dream of mine since I was 13, like playing the UFC video game, and I was so close to it in the Contender Series when I was a long time ago. But my personal life and like the way I was looking at fighting was keeping me back until I literally hit this when I was 29, like this mindset, and like everything started clicking for me last year. And my goals is so I always like to set obviously I said in this if you're in this sport like you got to put a goal to be in the top to be a champion like you got to believe that or else you shouldn't be in the sport. But I always set small goals like for right now is to make it to the UFC and then make it to the top 15, top 10, top 5 and make it to the top. I give myself like a good 3 years and I could be there in the challenging a good 3 years. And I'm very young in this sport and I feel new. I feel like I have a lot of I know I have a lot of fights and experience, but I feel like a 4-0 fighter because I'm a different fighter these last 4 fights. People look at my past fights and they'll judge it and all that, but I just feel like a different person right now 4-0 because of the people I train with at freestyle, the people I'm sparring Ion. I was more nervous sparring Ion Kutalaba. I remember I'm like, what am I doing? This guy's crazy. And then
Dude,
I
he's a beast,
yeah.
man.
So
He is
when I
only getting
got
better and better. That's what I
better
see.
and better. So
Yeah.
there was a moment in this fight, he actually hit me with a good left hook. And I remember I told myself to calm down. Like, I remember, Eon hit you harder. Stay relaxed. Like, I
Uh,
was sparring spit back. Like, it calmed me down. Like, I've been hit harder by Eon. Like, stay relaxed. Like, that's the thing working with these top people. Like, you see how good you do and like the shots you take, it actually could benefit you and your confidence in the fight, staying calm and finding your go to. Yeah.
that is
But
so
those are my
cool.
goals, slowly like doing it. And hopefully there's a UFC Armenia and we could all get on that, you know?
Yeah, I mean, Dana White told me that yes, it's gonna happen, and then all of a sudden
Yeah,
we still haven't seen any sort of like inkling of it. But if it does happen, yeah,
that
I
would be
think
amazing.
especially with the way where the sport is right now, there's probably more Armenian fighters than we could even
Hmm.
think of. And that tough enough card that you mentioned, yeah, imagine if they try to like build it out with so many different Armenian fighters like David
Yeah. I
Magoyan,
think that's gonna be
you.
the plan. Yeah. Yeah.
That'd be
This could be
so
a good
cool.
one. Yeah. I'm
All right,
excited.
man. Anything else you want to leave us off on? Just that, just want to say one final word just about, the fans and the support, especially from the Armenian community that you've been receiving over this past year.
Yeah, I want to thank you guys first. You guys are doing a great job, like putting the athletes, like putting them, like people notice them, and it brings like it's a cool community. And the Armenian fans are very supportive. They're the best. Like they'll come support, and they're so loyal to their to their athletes, to anyone like who represents Armenia, And I feel like as athletes, we're supposed to represent Armenia, and we're not a lot, so we gotta like show like we're all strong. Like all those fighters, all the Armenian fighters, any athlete, like you see that the talent and everything is there. Like we're all strong. Ujeren, shot Ujeren, like we could all do it, and the support is like the more the people support, the more stronger we're gonna be because like it shows how we like are there for our people and we're the best. Like I truly believe that, and no one can beat us. Like our athletes are the strongest ones, and you guys like really like do a good job like showing that, and it's amazing. Yeah, I'm just blessed and thankful that you guys even covered my fight.
Wow, Shashnoragalem. I appreciate
Mm.
it, man, because honestly, I feel like, especially nowadays, man, if there's any way that we can try to bring Armenians together from all over the world, why not use it with sports, right? Like sports
Yeah,
is one of those things that for human history has brought people together. And I think this is just another example of showing that because especially here in the US and the diaspora, I think Armenians and their impact in sports is only growing, but it's also important for us to show that, hey, we've always had an impact too. It's only
definitely.
becoming more and more, and we just haven't had a lot of voices in the Armenian community to showcase people who are, athletes and doing what they're doing, like people like you. And I take a little bit of pride in it too, because, this isn't my page. At the end of the day, Armenian Sports News was started by Andrei Kachaturian in Boston. I joined him a couple of years later, and we've helped build something big. And now I'm doing this for Armenian Sports News and for my station here in Fresno, California. I'm not sure if you noticed behind me, that's the TV app that this is going to be on for
Oh, nice, nice.
Monday. So yeah,
Yeah,
so we'll have it on YouTube, we'll have it on the TV app, we'll post
awesome.
stuff on Armenian Sports News, and ultimately I'll be very candid with you, man. Like I got no sponsorships. There's no anything coming in, and it's just the love of the game. And I really think that combat sports specifically in the Armenian community, that there's so much more room for growth. And you can even speak to that. I think more
100%.
kids are getting into it, and the growth of
Yeah.
the sport is just only. I don't think it's going to slow down.
No, no. I see kids nowadays like grappling, they're 13, 14, they're all Armenian, they're monsters. I'm like, wow, like this sport's growing and
Yeah,
it's only gonna get better. And not only in MMA, like you're gonna see more Armenians in the NFL, and NBA. Like it's gonna happen. It's a matter of time. So yeah,
I love it, man.
excited
Well,
to see it.
Leon, thank you so much for being on the show. I really appreciate it. I'm looking forward to hearing about the next fight that you got going on and seeing how Edmund does in his upcoming fight as well. So I'm really, really looking forward to how you both are going to be continuing to make strides in MMA and make us all proud.
Thank you. Thank you so much.